Hi everyone, my name is John. I'm a researcher at the University of Cambridge, and today I'll be talking about prebunking, which is a new approach to tackling misinformation that is preemptive rather than reactive, meaning preemptive debunking rather than debunking after the fact. How did we do that? We worked with a theory called inoculation theory, which is from the 1960s. And inoculation theory basically says that you can reduce the probability that someone is misled or manipulated by misinformation by preemptively exposing them to a weakened version of the misinformation. So, how did we pre-bunk misinformation on social media in this new study? We created 5 short videos of about a minute and a half long each. And each of these videos is animated and they're slightly humorous, and they all tackle a particular manipulation technique that you might encounter when you go online. So, emotional manipulation, incoherence, false dichotomies, scapegoating, and ad hominem attacks. And each of these videos follows the same structure. So, they all start out with a forewarning about the manipulation technique that you might encounter when you go online. So, for example,
either you stop watching the lamestream media, or you want all puppies to die! Makes sense, right? No? Good, because it shouldn't. It's a common manipulation technique called a false dichotomy, or a false dilemma.
Either you stop watching the mainstream media or you want all puppies to die, is basically what the video said, which is a typical example of a false dichotomy. So the video then goes on to explain how this particular manipulation technique works, in this case, a false dichotomy. And then it also gives you an example.
My allegiance is to the Republic, to democracy! If you're not with me, then you're my enemy.
An example from Star Wars. We deliberately used non-political, non-threatening examples from pop culture, basically to explain how the technique is used rather than activating people's political identities and so on. And of course, in this study, we also tested how well this works. And we did that by going to YouTube, and we ran a massive ad campaign on YouTube showing 2 of the videos, one about false dichotomies and one about emotional manipulation, to about 5 million people. And in total, we had 22,000 survey respondents. Half of them watched the video and half of them did not, as a YouTube ad. And these survey questions, which were embedded in YouTube, asked them to identify a manipulation technique in a particular headline. And what's important to pay attention to is this here. Treatment group was about 5% better than the control group, which didn't watch the video, at correctly identifying manipulation techniques in headlines that they'd never seen before. Which is great. It's amazing news, because that means that these videos, if you roll them out as ads on social media, have a meaningful and detectable effect on people's ability to recognize when they're being misled and when they're being manipulated. And this was in an environment such as YouTube, where you can turn off the sound, you can switch to another tab, you can skip the ad if you want, etc. Meaning you don't have to pay attention to the ad at all. And despite all that, we still found this fairly hefty improvement, which is great. If you're interested in learning more, we have a website about the project with the videos and with more information about inoculation theory called inoculation.science. Thank you everyone for listening, and thank you everyone for watching.